are here with former Congressman Richard Gephardt, former leader Gephardt, and we're doing a podcast as you have just talked to the Irrigation Association, the National Groundwater Association, and of course the Water Quality Association. So for our podcast, first of all, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Great to be here.
You had an interesting take on the fact that there are some really good initiatives underway in Washington, but that the one that the group here would be most concerned about might fall, I'm just interpreting now, might fall victim to the fact that there are so many issues right now. Congress can only do a couple of good things at a time, or maybe one thing at a time.
Right.
And the reason I said that was because when you're in Congress, you realize it is a large and unwieldy organization. It's 535 people from all parts of the country, and the truth is they all disagree on everything. It doesn't matter what party you're in. The disagreements within the parties are as strong as the disagreements between the parties.
Well, my experience is that a large group like Congress, it's 535 people, really has a hard time doing more than one big thing at a time. It doesn't mean they can't. It's just it gets very hard when the issues get very complicated and contentious. So my belief is that infrastructure and tax reform are likely to be two of the things that they will spend the most time on this year. So the whole water coalition, I think, needs to be focused on the Congress and on getting the right incentives in the bill to help the building of water facilities that we need.
But could these fall victim to the fact that there's still the issue with Obamacare,
right.
There's trade, immigration?
Yeah, there are a lot of other big issues out there, and some of them have gotten in front of infrastructure and taxes, like the Accountable Care Act, Obamacare, or trade or immigration. But they may either get done or they may not get done and be put on a sidetrack, and that to me opens up the opportunity to do infrastructure. And I think the president is really focused on infrastructure.
You also put that in a different light for this group in the sense that most of the time infrastructure conjures up roads and bridges.
Right.
But you are adding more things there that I don't think many people have thought of.
Yeah, we've been too limited in our thinking about infrastructure. It's traditionally been the Highway Trust Fund, the Airport Trust Fund, and those are important and needed for sure. But we've got energy and telecommunications and water that are vital issues for the future of our economy, and the private sector cannot do those alone. They need help, and this bill could be that help.
The big kind of debate will be, although I don't think it's going to be that big, is what of the infrastructure building should be done by what we call direct federal government efforts or spending, and how much of it should be done by tax credit or tax deduction induced private sector construction of infrastructure projects. I think there will be an emphasis on the tax aspects of this to get the private sector to be more active in this area than ever before. I think there will be an effort to de-emphasize the amount of it that's done by the government. And that brings me to what I think may be of interest to some of you, to figure out how you can get some ideas into that ultimate bill that would allow some of your companies, your industries to really perform on the issues that are out there.
You are kind enough to join us for the Water Quality Association's upcoming convention. You will be at the opening general session. We're looking forward to that, and an opportunity to hear from you perhaps some of the same elements of your conversation. So we look forward to that and your address to that group.
Well, I'm really excited to be there. I think having all the folks together in one place to talk about policy and what we can do together to be more effective on these policies is really important. You know, if you're out there working hard in your business every day, which everybody is, you can't step back and get the things done that you need to do from a policy standpoint. So I'm really excited about this convention. I think it'll be a great thrust forward.
Leader Gephardt, thank you very much.
Thank you.